Hi folks, this is LAWS51700. I've walked over to the lecture theatre, it's all in darkness, there's nobody here. This is my last day in the building. Everybody very sensibly keeping away, just in case. I do not blame you. Okay, let's get down to the business then. First things first, let's talk about the exam. Now, we can't have an exam under the current regime, so I'm going to email the external examiner with my proposals, and my proposals are this: that we have a 2,500 word coursework to replace the exam. You'll be given the choice of the 5 questions that were originally going to be used in the exam for the essay type questions, and you'll have the option to choose from one of the 5. What I'll do, as soon as I've got the go-ahead from the external, I will put these up on Teams together with an assignment on Teams. So you'll be given the choice to write 2,500 words on one of the following topics then: reform of the homicide and murder, involuntary manslaughter, an analysis on the legal principles relating to causation, reform of the Offences Against a Person Act, a question about basic and specific intent with intoxication, and a question about fraud, how the law of fraud operates. So that's my plan. I'm pretty sure that the external will be happy with that. Then I'll go and sort out a hand-in date, which is likely to be in May. And that's the way forward. Now, what I'm going to do then today is obviously cover this announcement in relation to the assessment. Now, there aren't going to be any face-to-face sessions, but we will be having online deliveries. So you'll have a delivery in the time slots, although we don't need to stick to 9 o'clock in the morning. That was because it was timetabled for 9 till 10. So we can make it a bit later, a bit more palatable. So if it's all right with you, Charlie and I can deliver these sort of any time in the day, depending on what you think is the most optimal. We could do it at 11 till 12 or just 11 till 30:30. We might not even have to have a formal hour. And similar with the workshop, what we'll do is we'll have an initial question and answer session using Microsoft Teams, and then you can do some practice work. You can send us some drafts for advice. We can give you some guidance on the essay writing structure on the coursework. I myself then and Charlie will go over in lecture version the 5 subjects starting from next week. So next week then we will be covering fraud. We're going to cover fraud next week. Charlie will do that. Then the week after I will be covering intoxication and then causation. We'll just go back over the themes. So every week you'll have a theme that's connected with one of your essay coursework type choices. Now, I don't want you to isolate yourself in the fact that you need to read about the law, you need to read your books and criminal law books. Many of you haven't really attended, so this is really like an opportunity for you to catch up on some of the reading, plan the coursework, engage in your particular topic and do some extensive studying on it. So I'm normally quite a positive person. I know things are looking bad at the moment and the country's in a bit of turmoil, but for you personally, when all this is over, things will go back to normal. And this is your degree classification which counts. And you need to utilise this time to make the most of some reading without having to travel around and without having to sort of park up in car parks and walk to lecture theatres. You can sit at home and read. You can listen to Charlie and I talk about these topics and then go and read, and we can give you some advice. So please take advantage of this. If you've got any concerns, then message me on Teams. I will definitely get back to you. I have Teams on my phone. I suggest you put it on your phone and use the chat feature. You can communicate quite effectively with me. You can even ring me on Teams because there's a phone feature. So don't isolate yourself from the module if you can help it. If you need anything, we're here to help you and guide you. We're only like a message away. So try and use Teams like you'd use WhatsApp or Messenger. Get in the habit of using it, and you'll be surprised how efficiently and effectively it does work. So the first thing I would say now then is to watch for my posting on Teams in relation to the approval from the external to change the Exam 2 coursework. That's the first thing. In the meantime, go and think about one of the options I've just given you and spend a bit of time going back over the slides or reading the chapter. The book is here. Right, I'm going to clear my office, so I've put my book in there. So one of these or any decent new up-to-date law book will do, as long as you're reading law. And get and read your chapter and start taking some notes. Go onto YouTube, see if there's any other materials on there that might be useful for you, and try and be a bit proactive. I will be doing my workshop remotely. I shall record things and put them onto Teams for you. So I'll sign out for now.